Hey guys, so I'm back again, and yesterday I think I received my AMR Comport Pro for my 2015 Mercedes Benz C300. It's a pretty nice little setup, I have to say. It comes in this nice little pouch, which I'm putting together for you. But basically, you get this nice little pouch that you can put it all together and keep it when you want to store it. Your OBD2 deal, and your plug-in, your deal, and all that for your OBD2 connection, and then your cable. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of the basic installation and all that. It's pretty basic, and like I had mentioned before in some of my other videos, I'm doing the turbo upgrade kit. So basically, the installation, once we got some clarification from AMR, who was surprisingly quick about getting back to me, literally minutes. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, so I'm going to run you through that and go from there. So here you have your cable. I'm going to try and do this with one hand. And anyway, your cable goes in the back here, in that connector. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You just plug that in, boop, like that. And you come up under here to your OBD2 port here. There's a panel here somewhere. Right here. You just pop that down. Some of you have that, some of you don't. It just varies by your car. And what I mean is have it. I mean you don't have the panels covered. Some, like I said, some do. I've seen all different types of different Mercedes cars because I work around them all day, and basically it's the same thing. Some have it, some don't. Anyhow, your USB connects in like that. Get this out of the way. Now, I already have this set up to log in here, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and start from the basic because I've already gone through. AMR is going to send you the, if you go through AMR or turbokits.com, it's AMR's actual tuning suite. TurboKits is taking care of the actual turbo upgrade side of things. So once you do all that, I'm not going to go through all my email and this and that, but they're going to send you a link for the download and the, the actual Comport logger. And it doesn't look like that, but I did something to my icon and it got rid of the cool little AMR logo. Sorry. But, let's see what else. The, whatever you call that thing, the driver. So they're going to send you another link to get the driver. Now, once you do all that, you have to make sure you turn off your antivirus. I have McAfee, and what happens is McAfee actually initially blocked it and quarantined it. It doesn't recognize it. That just is what it is. Shut it off. It's safe. Don't freak out. Okay, so anyway, you log in. Do you want to allow this app to make unknown publisher? Whatever. Just click yes. It's going to pop this symbol up here. Now, I'm probably still connected to my home internet. You guys don't need to see that. Anyway, once you log in, you just click the login. Okay, it's going to ask you if you want to connect to the open port device. Is that thing going to focus or what? Okay. Open port, yes. Boom. You're going to turn your ignition. If you got the button or the key to the accessory 1, 2. If you have the button, you'll see all these fancy lights. Of course, mine's still on the last trip, whatever. Anyway, you're going to get all those. Now the Comport's going to be connected simultaneously. Once you get in there, you're going to get this little screen. Okay. I'm going to just minimize that so I can get the whole shot in. So anyway, you can do all kinds of different things with it. It's a pretty powerful little tool. So to tune your car, they're going to come with preloaded tunes for your car. So to see those, you're going to click get ECU info. It's going to pull all of that, okay? And then you're going to get this here where it becomes active. And it's going to show you all these different ones that you can do depending on whatever fuel you're using. And depending on what tune you get, if you don't get the big turbo upgrade, you can still do the AMR tune on stock. That's still a pretty big deal. So that's that. I'm not going to mess with that because I'm not going to reflash the ECU currently. But if you want to check out your engine parameters, things like that, right now, this is what's going on with my car. Everything's normal, no issues. And you can sit here and literally just run through your car on all these different deals and, you know, get a lowdown of what's going on and do a live monitor while you're driving the car. I would recommend not paying attention to this while you're not paying attention to the road because no one wants to have an accident. Now, let's see here. So anyhow, you could just stop your monitors. Initially, you're gonna hit start live monitor, and then your initial at base stock tune or whatever, you're gonna want to log your monitor data, and that's an important step in this process because you're logging your initial monitor data is you're gonna save it. I mean, you're gonna save it to a save file, right? And I would label it like I followed their recommended. Just save it as stock, like name it stock or whatever, so you know exactly what it is. And once that's done, initially this isn't going to be there. Stock calibration, okay? Now if I ever want to put my car back to stock calibration, I just click that and select it, boom, and then hit flash ECU. Of course, I'm not going to do that right now because this is what it is. Now, AMR does not recommend doing this to your car if your ECU flash is set up for the big turbo upgrade. Okay, I have the backing of technicians and facilities at work, so it's a different story if I'm doing it. For you, just follow their recommended procedures. You won't have any issues doing it. It's fairly easy. Beyond that, pretty straightforward process. The install is very easy. You can only use this on Windows. Windows tablet would probably work. I haven't tried it. I only have Android tablets. It doesn't work on Apple, so just write that off. You're going to need a PC. Beyond that, no drivability issues. Didn't throw any check engine lights. Nothing. We put it on the computer at work, something called Mercedes Benz C300 system, and no problems. Yeah, even running the stock turbo. Now, we did a couple like tests and stuff like that to see what's actually going on, and I have to say, even with it set up for the big turbo upgrade, it's actually running the stock turbo pretty good. But you don't want to do this at any point long term. This is just we are just running a test to see what's going on and see if it was going to be a safe software setup. Turned out it is, so that's good. Now, with that being said, let me just adjust this little mount real quick. Okay, so with that being said, you're not going to want to do this long term. This is only just a test. This car here is basically a test platform. Okay, yes, it's my personal car, but it's a test platform. So, if you're going to do this, there's different options as far as tuning packages you can do. TurboKits.com has a lot of accessories and things like that you can have adjusted in, and AMR can actually calibrate their tune to that specific setup. So if you have the charge pipe, down pipe, intercooler, that can all be added into that build. And, tuning profile. So anyway, on this, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm having a bit of a brain freeze here real quick. But basically, yeah, so to go over drivability, I drove it all day. from work to work, on the dyno at work, whatever, and we're not having any issues. The interesting thing is that the stock turbo is putting out, I think it was 36 some odd pounds. I'd have to look real quick, but we're looking at a significant increase, 32.99 at just we're not doing full throttle runs because it's not what we want to do. This is still dialing everything in. And then max I saw was 36.78 psi. And I had to translate those numbers from hectopascals. And so it was basically 2,536.24 hectopascals. Okay, that's 36.78 psi for the rest of us. So that is a significant number compared to the ECU's factory tune, which is about 19 psi on a average whatever run. So, you know, that's putting out what, 241 right now. Driving it, just on the couple of times that I even did the test runs, I have to say absolutely ridiculous as far as like the performance. You just notice it. It's like blatant. I did install the burble in what was it, Crackle or whatever the hell it's called, and it sounds amazing. And you think, I know I've seen some of these videos on YouTube where these guys have these pop and burble mods and it sounds like trash, and honestly I'm not seeing it, hearing it or whatever, and it sounds really classy. Like, if you've ever driven any AMG products and you've ever downshifted on one of those from a high RPM or mid-range RPM, they have this nice pop and burble and everything going on. You're getting the same thing. Now keep in mind, I did not get rid of my resonator, and I had to mention this too. If you get rid of your resonator, you're going to have this loud droning sound in the cabin. The exhaust is going to be loud, yes, louder than a stock C63. But if you do that, I hope you're not in a position to piss off your neighbors, because that's exactly what you're going to do, and it sounds completely ridiculous and obnoxious, in my opinion. I put my resonators back on, left the mufflers off. That's pretty much it. And I have to say, it's a nice, sporty, but much more aggressive, like everything. Your dynamic select, this little button here, on this particular model of year, it's called agility select. But basically, you don't lose any of that functionality. It works great, no issues. And beyond that, I didn't have any turbo lag, at least none we could notice. No check engine lights, like I said. No herking and jerking, no weird shift issues. Another little cool feature that AMR Tuning Suite does is that it has a setting where you can actually do a system hard reset on it and reset your drivetrain, all your learned parameters, things like that, like your shift patterns in Sport Plus on these cars. Kind of annoying because it learns. If you want to get on it here and there, it stays doing that high RPM shifts when you really just want to put it in Sport Plus to have a little get and go without having to rev the engine out. So with that, you don't actually have to do that. You can clear it. Also, you can check engine lights. Check your whole system. You can see what kind of things are going in the CAN bus, in your ECU, all over the car, transmission control unit. And it's very informative. It lets you, basically, it's literally just as good as far as informational at giving me codes as our computer at Mercedes. So I have to say, this is a 10 for 10 shot. Like, I've played with a couple different tuning suites, and they're not really that good. They're definitely not user friendly. And yeah, I mean, this thing does a lot of different things. And really, AMR, I was surprised that they got back to me so quick, but what can you say? I mean, the videos speak for themselves. That's on a stock motor. Of course, my motor's new. So I guess just go from there and, see if this is the route you want to take and, have some fun. You're going to like it. So, that's all I have for now. Again, if you want to hit up turbokids.com, that'd be great. I'm sure they could figure something out for your specific build. If you're looking for mild to wild, go ahead. Then you have GFB. This is probably backwards on my screen, but anyway, yep, that's their atmosphere vent. Pretty good. It's kind of steep on the price, but I've tried the WiseTech. They're pretty good, but the GFB is better. Did take a little bit to get it because they're in Australia, but worth it. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, if you like the video, hit me up. Any of my videos. If not, well, watch something else. Have a good night. Bye.